Happy Jason Voorhees Day. A few months ago, about 7 months ago, we celebrated Friday the 13th the only way that I knew how, which was reviewing the original Friday the 13th movie. Now, we got to keep the trend going. So let's review Friday the 13th Part 2. Friday the 13th Part 2 centers around a group of counselors who go to a counseling training center near Crystal Lake, which is also known as Camp Blood, and Jason, who wants to avenge his mother's death from 5 years earlier, wreaks havoc on these counselors and starts taking them out one by one. Part 2 has never really been one of my favorite movies. It's a good movie, but I don't really consider it to be one of my favorites. And I want to kind of make this review as short and as simple as possible. The thing about this movie is that this movie takes so much time to develop little tiny seeds. And the movie, in a way, feels like this movie thinks it's smarter than it actually is. It's kind of taking a backseat into what the slasher genre sometimes can be. And especially the Friday the 13th franchise, because this franchise is not known for its vigor or known for its prestige. It's really known for being kind of that fun, goofy, summer camp killing movie. That's really what these movies are about. And this movie, it has that, but it really takes a long time to kind of get to that point. Another thing is that this movie really retcons a lot of what the first movie established, in the fact that we had our final girl, Alice, who I really actually quite enjoyed. She ends up biting the bullet. She dies right in the beginning of the movie. So you have that closure to the first movie, but then again, it retcons the authenticity of Alice actually surviving at the end of the first movie, just so that way she can be sprinkled in here with Adrian King and die right at the beginning of this film. This Jason is very goofy. This is Sackhead Jason. This is not like our fun hockey mask, very intimidating Jason. This Jason walks around, stumbles a lot. This is like the clumsiest version of Jason you will ever see. But there's still some fun with this Jason because it is something different. It's something unique. It's a fresh take on the Jason lore of what we know. And this is before the iconic hockey mask that he now famously dubs. And Sackhead Jason, he uses a lot of different tools. He doesn't just use a machete, he uses a rake in this movie, like a metal rake. That's kind of interesting. He uses a spear in this movie. So he does have a little bit of different types of tools to work with. And I think that that's somewhat fun, but also I like the simplicity of Jason. I like the machete. I like the hockey mask. I like that. It's just intimidating. This Jason is just kind of funny because he just stumbles around a lot and falls over. I really do like the final girl that we get in this movie, Jenny. I think she's actually very smart. She's probably the best final girl in the entire franchise. And even though Alice, I do like Alice, I just felt like Alice was maybe a little bit too sporadic. She was a little too emotional. Jenny is emotional, don't get me wrong. I mean, this is a very scary moment, but she's also using her brain. She's using her smarts, and she's using what she knows about the lore and mythology of Jason. I think that that is one of the better things about Friday the 13th Part 2 is that the final girl actually fights back, and she actually kind of is able to hold her own against Jason. There are some characters in here that are caricatures of themselves, but you get that with slasher movies, and I'm okay with that because essentially Friday the 13th Part 2, it doesn't try to be too over the top. It doesn't really try to do too much with the genre. I just wish that the movie would kind of speed up a bit. You could probably cut about 15 minutes out of this movie because a lot of it is just unnecessary, but not as fun in terms of like the counselors. A lot of these characters are just caricatures and they're just cannon fodder and you don't really care about any of them, but that's what you love about Friday the 13th, am I right? You love cannon fodder. You love seeing deaths on screen. Anyway, that is my quick review of Friday the 13th Part 2 on this November Friday the 13th. What are your guys' thoughts on Friday the 13th Part 2? Let me know down below in the comment section of this video. If you enjoy this type of content, make sure you hit that thumbs up button and consider hitting that subscribe button if you don't want Jason to haunt your nightmares tonight. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace.